You built that? Fantastic. So now we're going to start our first actual programming. To do this is very easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to really quickly left double click on the button. Here we go, click, click. Now, you'll notice my tab has changed. There's my old tab, that's got design in it there. And here's my new tab. And we've got some code. I'll explain that in a moment. Also notice the star. If I hit the save, and I'm patient, those stars disappear, saying you have saved everything. That's fine. Okay, so in here, how this works. Right. First line, public class form 1. This is a class-based programming language. For now, all you need to know is that you leave that line well alone, and you leave that line well alone. You must begin and end your class. Inside, we have a small subroutine. This subroutine will run every time you click on that button. So there's its name. Oddly enough, you can change that to anything you like, it doesn't matter. But there's a bit of code that Windows will be using. We don't need to worry about that at the moment. It's just talking about certain event handling. And this bit at the end, this is the critical bit. That actually says when button 1 is clicked. So you can't change that. Now, when I show you lots of examples, I normally won't bother showing you the end part there. So if you write the whole thing out and you just, rather than creating it the way I asked, then you're going to come across some problems because it's not going to run ever because you're missing the end bit. So please use the method I use as well. Okay. Now that begins there and ends there. Visual Basic is a lovely language. It's very similar to pseudocode. You have to actually say when you're ending something. It's not like Python where you can indent and then go back. So whenever we start something, we end it. So there's our start, there's our end. It's brilliant. Inside now, I want to change the property of that label. So if we look, that label is called label 1. It has a property called text. We changed it earlier. I'm now going to change it through programming code. So when button 1 is clicked, label 1, you notice it's given me options. There's my label 1 option. At this point, I now want to go into the property and I use a full stop. It now gives me the properties of this, and one of those properties is text. From this, I'm going to go equals. I'm going to make it equal a string. So remember, a string is ABC, 1, 2, it's not a number. It is a set of characters. It is a string of characters arranged in a line. Now, normally when you do that, you have to put something inside speech marks. And see, it's even now filled in my second speech mark for me. Isn't it nice? And in here, hello world. I can click off now. It's very happy with it. It hasn't shown any errors. So I'm ready to save and run. I press the save button. I now press the run button. And here it comes for testing. My form's back. I now click me. And there's my hello world has appeared. Right, it's that simple. So remember, don't just type this, double click fast on the button in the design mode. It will open up your code for you. This will be blank in the middle, and then you type label 1 dot text equals hello world. By the way, if you haven't made label 1 there, you can't do that bit because it will go, well, there is no label 1. When you're talking about, it will error. So please add your label 1 and your button first. It's quite important that both of them are there before you double click. Okay, give it a try.